All right, give it a second just to get some people to roll in here, but yeah, welcome to another Monday update, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's probably won't be super long, and it's stuff that I've talked about before, but I think it's the most important one that I've ever done, and I never recorded it, so we're gonna do it again, and this one will be up on YouTube to stay. So yeah, and what that is talking about the core values of stride, or kind of the main most important things I believe when it comes to the gym. So yeah, thanks for tuning in today, guys. I appreciate you being here. I don't know what's going on here. It says that I've been live for 15 minutes. I don't think that's accurate, but either way, yeah, thanks for tuning in today, guys. I appreciate you all. And if you have any questions as I go through any of this stuff, please leave them down in the comments. It definitely makes it better, I think, if we have input from you guys too. So let me know if you're in here. Let me know if everything's working all right. And yeah, we'll get into it. So first of all, we had a good weekend. We had a Waterfest parade on Saturday, which was a lot of fun. Just getting everybody together outside the gym is always a good time. I say that every time, but just doing something outside the gym was fun. The weather wasn't too bad, wasn't too hot, and yeah, just I appreciate all of you guys that came out to Waterfest to represent Stride in the parade. We didn't get to throw stress balls this year, but I think next year we're just going to bring the stress balls. We're going to throw them anyway. But I appreciate all of you guys that came out and jumped on the parade and woke up early to come do that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, it was good to see everybody afterwards too. And like I said, whenever we do these things outside the gym, I think it's always good because it, we end up hanging out, talking about jiu-jitsu and everything else quite a bit anyway, which is what happened at Waterfest. We ended up talking about jiu-jitsu and all kinds of stuff, both at the parade and then afterwards. Saw several people and got to talk to them there too. So yeah, Waterfest parade was a lot of fun. I appreciate all you guys that showed up and rode the float or walked behind it. I appreciate all of you guys. So thank you for that. And then yesterday we had the Brian Harris leg lock seminar, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Had a great turnout, lots and lots of good rounds afterwards. Man, I was absolutely smoked after the rounds yesterday. I was so tired, but so really good rounds. But aside from that, the seminar itself, I thought there was some really good takeaways from it, and kind of the stuff we've talked about in Escaping Mount last week, of like more concepts than techniques, which is what Brian brought to the seminar. A lot of really good just concepts when it comes to leg locks, and I think that stuff gave everybody a good basis when it comes to start attacking and defending with leg locks. And so yeah, I thought it was great stuff. I really appreciate Brian coming out and tag everybody in here real quick. I appreciate Brian coming out and giving his time and sharing his knowledge. And I think it's, like I said, a great intro into the heel hook game, which is becoming more and more popular all the time, and just straight ankle locks and everything else too, right? Like we can most white belts, blue belt tournaments, you can always straight ankle lock as long as you're on the attacking the bottom leg. And so being able to have some good offensive and defensive options from that position and is huge. And I think one of the other things that stood out is, I've talked about this with guillotines a lot, but like the best guillotiners in the world, they're not the guys who just have an incredible squeeze. It's normally how they follow with their squeeze, right? How they stay attached to the neck and then follow with the body control. And I think the leg locks are the same way. It's how you're following with those rolls, how you're keeping the knee trapped and all that stuff on the way through. And some really good stuff. Yeah, that's exactly where I thought too, John, is like concepts over techniques is huge, and not being too worried about individual steps, but just being aware of certain concepts. And I think that gives everybody a good basis on how to start defending those things too. Even if you're not wanting to make leg locking your whole game, it gives you a basis on how to start defending. He worked some really good escape stuff too, I thought, that was helpful for me. And yeah, just super thankful to have Brian come in and give his time for the seminar. It's always great to have him in the gym, and he's in quite a bit on Mondays. And anytime you get a chance to roll with him, definitely jump on it and steal as much knowledge as you can. And that's one thing I wanted to mention from these seminars. Like whenever we have people come in for seminars, I don't think I've ever brought anybody in that's not willing to uh, train with everybody, right? And I'm going to talk about this when we get to the values of the gym too. But um, whenever these guys come in, they should be not able to set out around, right? Or they should be the first one we all go up there. He should have 5 different people come up to him every single time he's here, trying to get around him with him, because whenever you can get rounds in with these higher level guys and people that you don't get to see every day, we need to try to get those rounds in and steal as much knowledge as we can, right? So make sure whenever these opportunities, and this applies across the board, not just seminars, whenever new people come in that are higher level or have some different knowledge to offer than we're used to seeing, take advantage of those rounds. They should have everybody going to them, and they get to pick who their first round is because everybody's already asked them to roll, right? So, yeah, just something I was thinking of as the rounds came yesterday is like, go take advantage of rolling with these guys every chance you get and steal as much knowledge as you can. Because I mean, for me personally, whenever I roll with higher level guys like that, that's when I gain the most info, right? When I don't know, whenever you get different looks and different things, like you learn the most in those opportunities to roll with people. And so yeah, something to keep in mind as we go into it. But once again, thank you to everybody that came out yesterday. Thank you to Billy from Iron Tide for promoting and helping as much as he did with that. If you don't follow Iron Tide, definitely do that. He does a great job of just like building up the jiu-jitsu community, right? Like it's not tied to one gym or one person. It's like just a good brand that's focused on building up the jiu-jitsu community here in the Midwest and all around. So super cool company, and I'm super thankful for Billy for coming up and all his help promoting that. And he helped promote the Outlaws thing that we did a couple weeks ago too. So yeah, check out those guys if you haven't already. But yeah, thanks to Brian again for coming out yesterday and doing the seminar, with something we had talked about for a long time, and super thankful to have him in here. So, but we got some stuff coming up too, right? So that covers the weekend, but let's talk about what we have coming up, which the next thing is AGF in Tulsa. I think the Moore kids are going down there. I think Coach Nick and Kennedy, I know, are going down there. So several people going down to Tulsa, and that tournament is going to be huge. It's kind of crazy. There's like 850 something people registered last I looked, and compared to like the 300 that were here in Kansas City, that's a huge tournament. So super cool that we have a few going down to Tulsa to compete down there. And yeah, if you're looking to get some good competition in, that's going to be a good one if you want to make the drive for it. It's a 2-day event too, which is pretty cool. So I'm guessing they do like kids on one day and adults on the other. I haven't looked that far into it yet. But yeah, a tournament coming up in Tulsa if you want to get ready for that one. But if not, the very next weekend is Fuji, which I know a lot of people were preparing for and are super excited about, right? Another big tournament. That one's here local at the KCI Expo Center. And Fuji always has a ton of competitors. I think there's already, the last I looked, there was like over 500 something for that one. So should be a good sized tournament, and lots of good competition. And unfortunately, I am out of town for that tournament, but we'll have all of our other coaches will be there yelling out stuff too. So we'll have plenty of coaches if you guys are wanting to compete. But yeah, Fuji is on July 18th. I think I kept saying 19th last week whenever I was on here, but it is the 18th, the Saturday, and kids and adult divisions. If you're thinking about competing, to be a good one to do so. I'll have flyers soon, but it's also pinned at the top of the Facebook group. If you can't see it on your phone, normally just if you click the featured button, that's where it'll pull up all the stuff that I have pinned up there. And I always try to pin up the events in the order that we have coming up. So Fuji's up there, and then I don't remember what all else is in there right now. FAC post is in there and all that stuff too. So, but Fuji July 18th, if you're looking to compete, that'll be a good one to do it. And like I said, I won't be in town for that one, unfortunately, but I will be so excited to be watching how everybody's doing and all the knowledge that we take away from these tournaments. Because something I was talking about at Waterfest this weekend is, from these tournaments we gain so much in terms of knowledge of where our game is at as a team and the things we do well and the things that we need to improve on. And when it comes to things that we do well, it's like, I think maybe it was John that asked this question yesterday about like, how do you know when to work new moves and when to kind of work on your current game? And the tournament gives you a really clear picture as a team of what our current game is. And then the most important thing, I think, is to branch off of that and keep building off of that and finding ways that ties back into each other. So not necessarily just finding different spots, but building a huge trunk on the tree and lots of branches off of it. So yeah, that's the beauty about this tournament. But the thing we talked about at Waterfest is like, even if you're not competing, like, I don't feel like if you don't want to compete, if you have no desire to compete, I totally understand that. You don't have to compete, but you're still a part of this team, right? Like you can still come to the tournaments and yell from the sidelines. Like, just because you're not competing on the mat doesn't mean you're not a part of the team. Doesn't mean you're not. We're all in this together whenever we do it, right? You can't get better without each other. We're going to talk about that again in the core values here shortly. But we're all in it together, and it's how we all get better is from learning everything we can from these tournaments. So super excited for Fuji July 18th, even though I won't be there to, see what all knowledge we can steal from that one and continue to improve and use it to improve going forward. So, Fuji July 18th. And then the next thing on the list, FAC July 25th, Garrett and Shane are both on the card. I have some tickets here from Garrett right now for sale. I think they're all in the same section too, so it'll kind of be like last time. We'll have a big group section. So if you guys are looking for tickets, they're $35. I have some here at the gym. You can also message Shane and Garrett directly to get tickets. And if you're gonna go to the fights, try to get your tickets through those guys. As amateurs, that's the only way amateur fighters can make money is through ticket sales, right? They get a percentage of the ticket sales. So if you're going, help them out, buy your tickets through them. Plus, you'll probably get set with a group of people that you know, which makes it way more fun. Going to events can be made or broken by who you're setting around. So setting around some good people that you know it makes it much more enjoyable. My experiences at UFCs, I've had UFCs that were just amazing because you're in such a good group of people. Like whenever I went to Canada to watch James, there was I was the only guy in the whole place rooting for James, and because he was fighting a Canadian. And even though everybody else was like booing the American and they knew I was rooting for him, there was like this fun little banter back and forth that made the event, aside from James winning, so enjoyable. And then I've had events where I sat next to somebody who just yells out complete nonsense the whole time and can break an event for you that should be a great time. So, get your tickets together if you can. Get them through Garrett and Shane. July 25th should be a lot of fun. I think both those guys are locked in and training super hard. And I'm super excited to see all the improvements they've made from their first one. So, appreciate all of you guys that came out last time too. It was a lot of fun. I'm super excited for that event as a whole too. But aside from Garrett and Shane's, it's stacked with some big talent and should be a really good time. Let me reload my thing just in case any comments or questions come up here because this thing doesn't like to load for me for some reason. So drop me a like or comment or emoji or something if you guys are in here so I know who all's watching. But I think that gets us to the main thing I want to talk about today, which, like I said, this might be a review for some of you because I did this as one of the first Monday updates. It's one of the first things I talked about. But like I said, I think it's the most important thing that I've ever talked about, and I never put it on YouTube. So we're doing it again so that I can put it up on YouTube and it can stay there. And everybody can watch it because I think it's the three most important things for the gym, which, I think is important for everybody to hear. So, let's get into it. If you guys don't remember, the three core values for the gym are fun, family, fitness. And I'm going to talk about these a lot more in classes too, with my older kids too. But those are the three most important things for the gym. And everything we do in the gym should align with one of those three things. And I'm going to talk about them all individually here in just a second. But if at any point we're doing something in the gym, both event wise or individual wise or whatever, and it doesn't align with one of those three things, then we probably shouldn't be doing it, right? So, starting with uh, the one that I think helps apply to everything is fun, right? So fun's first because for a few different reasons, right? That's we've talked about discipline a lot and how important discipline is, but it should be as easy as possible for you to want to be here. Is my goal as a gym owner is to make it as fun as possible for you to be here, because in my experience training, I know my biggest leaps in terms of technique, in terms of like just training dedication, have been when I'm having the most fun, right? Whenever I'm enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, you're not soaking up the techniques at the same rate. And I talk about this with parents for the kids a lot. Like if the kids aren't having fun and don't want to be here, they're not going to pick up as much of the technique anyway, right? So that's the most important thing I think is that, you know, and there's still going to be days that you have to rely on your discipline to get here and to train. But my goal as a gym is that when you're here, you enjoy every second of it and that you leave with a smile on your face. So you want to come back and do it again, right? Because if we're not, jiu-jitsu is not something you can get good at in a short amount of time, right? You have to be willing to do this long term. And so the more fun we can make it, the more easy it should be to do long term, which is the main thing, right? So that's why fun is first. Everything we do should help increase that fun aspect, right? And we'll get to the technical aspect here in a minute, but the fun part happens from everybody too. And everything I'm going to talk about isn't just like what the gym can do, it's what we have to do together as a gym to make everything the best possible, right? And so coming in with good, I say this with the kids, like for one of their things to get a new stripe, a new belt, you got to come with a positive attitude, ready to have some fun, right? And I think it's so important from adults and kids because even as an adult, the more fun you're having, the more you love it, the more you want to be here, the more you're going to absorb those techniques, the more you're going to dive into techniques outside of here and continue to add and improve to your game. And yeah, I said at the grand opening, whenever we first opened that I just want to have fun and do jiu-jitsu, right? And I think you guys have done a really good job of nurturing that already. But if we have an event, it should be fun, right? If we have every time we come in here for training, we should be excited about it and want to be here. One of the beautiful things about jiu-jitsu, and we'll get into this more whenever it gets to the family part, but one of the best parts about jiu-jitsu, and this is what I love about paintball too, is like whenever you're out here rolling, you get to forget about whatever other bull crap's gone on in your day or is going on in your life. You get to forget about it for a little bit, right? And when somebody's trying to strangle you, that has to be the first thing on your mind, right? So that part is, in my mind, one of the most important things when it comes to the gym is people want to be here and you get to forget whatever other bull crap is going on in your day. Get to come in here, have some fun with hopefully a group of people that have the same goals and mindset, and put all the other stuff that's going on behind you for a little bit. And again, if you're doing this first, if this is your first priority, like a lot of times in jiu-jitsu, you hit these plateaus, right? This is over the course of near 20 years doing this now. I don't know how many I'm at now. I need to lock that down for sure, but close to 20 years of doing this, like you'll have these waves where you go up and down and you plateau off and you feel like you're stuck in your technique. And my advice, whenever you feel like you're stuck and you feel like you're not improving, is find the fun in it first, right? Because as soon as you start finding the fun in it, you start adding technique, you ended up falling in love with the little moves and falling in love with your own game and how you can improve it and how you can get better. And which is everything. It's everything we've talked about in here, right? Is how whatever we're doing, we should be doing to the best of our ability, right? So yeah, fun is the first thing on the list there. And yeah, the second one, and another, you know, I want to say most important for all of these, but fun and family will help our fitness, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. But the family aspect of the gym, community, whatever you want to call it, right? um, is everything when it comes to making it fun and making it enjoyable, make it where you want to be here. Um, but jujitsu is also, I've said this a little earlier. It's like you might compete as an individual, but you cannot improve in jujitsu without your team, right? And in here on the stride mats, if we're not treating every single person that walks through the door like family, we're doing it the wrong way, right? And uh, everybody in here should be able to train with everybody. Again, whatever bullcrap's gone on in your day, you get to put it behind you as soon as you walk through the door, right? And so there's going to be people in here that you might not get along with, like you have different views then or whatever. But on the mat, none of that crap matters, right? Like none of that should matter. Everybody is here to help everybody get better and boost each other up. After every single round, I tell my kids this. After every round, no matter who you're going with, you should be boosting them up. Whether if you just dominated them, right? You just held them out and you were going for arm bars, you did a great job. Tell them what they did well too, right? Boost everybody up. No matter what we're doing, whether it's on or off the mat, we should be boosting each other up. And I think I told this story the first time that I did this. One of the biggest lessons I feel like I learned from my coach was just the amount of like the way your relationships here on the mat will help you outside the mat too, right? And help you outside of the gym and all that stuff. The example that when this became most evident to me as a kid is I was riding with James back from like I think we were in Blue Springs going to Lee Summit or something, and his car overheated, and we're on I-70, and like his car just like dies. So he pulls off on the side of the road, and within 5 minutes, maybe less, he had somebody from the gym who was coming to tow his car. He had somebody who was coming to taking it to somebody else's house so that he could get it fixed there from a different guy. And it's like he had all these connections within a matter of minutes that had stemmed from jujitsu, right? Like they've stemmed from MMA and jujitsu. And so this this community, this family thing, whatever you want to call it, that is built here should help boost us up not only on the mats to make our games better, but to make our lives better outside of here too, right? I think for kids and adults both, I hope that as adults here, there's so many different walks of life and different uh, people in here that you can find a resource for everything, right? And it's so much better to have a uh, a resource of somebody you know and trust for whatever you're doing, right? And in here we have people that do construction, we have electricians, we have veterinarians, people that cut hair, we have all this stuff, and it's like I would way rather have those sort of things done by people that I trust and know um, than people I don't, right? Like so that's what my insurance guy, Cody Weaver, right? I trust him because we've spent so much time on the mats together. Brent cuts my hair, right? Because we've spent time on the mats together. Clint's my veterinarian now. You know what I mean? So there's Brian Jones has done electrical work at my house. Like there's so many connections that you can build in here that'll boost you up and improve your life outside of here. So while we're doing jujitsu, hopefully the community built here is something that goes far beyond jujitsu and continues to make everything better. Paul just said it perfectly. Jujitsu has changed his life, and that's it's not just on the mats, right? Like what we're doing is not just on the mats. It's building a community outside of here. So most important thing, one of the most important values for Stride is the family and community aspect. And if we're hindering that, we're doing something wrong, right? And it's got to be cut out, and it's got to be stopped immediately because that's the most important thing is we boost each other up on the mats to make our technical skills better, which we're going to talk about when we get to fitness, but we should be boosting each other up off the mats too. And when we talk about this with kids, it's like our kids should not only have a group of peers around here that they are friends with and have this little community outside of here too. That's excellent. But hopefully all of these kids have a huge group of adults here that are all looking out for them, looking to boost them up. And maybe this is because I was doing it young at a young age, and this is just a silly mindset thing for me. But I felt so lucky growing up, going through high school, knowing that all of my friends were way tougher than anybody else, right? Like, this is kind of a stupid kind of off topic here, but seeing Paul in the chat made me think of this. Is like all through high school, I was like, I had confidence isn't the right word, but um, just this great sense that and nothing ever did happen or would happen, but just like if I had to have my group of friends go get in a fight with another group, I was for sure gonna win, right? Like I had the toughest people in the world I could call on, you know what I mean? And as a kid, I think that that kind of just like support, even if it has nothing to do with fighting in jiu-jitsu, right? That's kind of an extreme example, but that kind of support off the mat is so important, um, both uh, in real life and in physical arena as much as it is mental for kids, for adults to be able to have a group of people that support you is everything, right? It is the most important thing. And so when we're in here, when you're on the mats, um, whatever disagreements, whatever nonsense you might have going on with people off the mats, it does not matter in here, right? It does not matter in here. Everybody is here, should treat each other like family. If you're not going to talk trash about your mom, your dad, your brother, your kids, right? You shouldn't be doing it about anybody else in here either, right? Because we are one community, we're one team that is here to boost each other up on and off the mats, and that's how we get better, guys. If there's all these little clicks and all that stuff, it hinders everybody, right? It hinders everybody from getting better, especially the ones that are talking the and causing the drama, right? So in here, everybody gets treated like family, whether they've been here for 3 days versus 3 years. It doesn't matter, right? Like everybody should be treated the exact same way when they walk through these doors, and that's how we all get better, right? And this is the most important thing here, guys, right? Yeah, it's way bigger than jiu-jitsu. It's way bigger than just techniques, right? Like this is like Paul just said, jiu-jitsu's changed his life. It's because of this kind of thing, right? It's because of the community, because of the family. You might train as an individual, but the only way we get better on and off the mats is with a community, with a group of people. So I hope everybody in here buys into this and is a part of this, because it's everything, right? And it's just something that's been on my mind a lot lately. And yeah, so I'm super passionate about it when I'm talking about it here. But yeah. And then the last one, hopefully I made those two clear enough. I feel like I'm flying through these a little bit. This thing says 20 or 40 minutes. I don't know how long I've actually been on here, because it started out at like 15 or something. But and then the last one is fitness, right? And this is when I talk about fitness, it's not just your physical fitness. It's not like how far you can run, what your weight is, if you have muscles and abs, right? When I think about fitness, is how fit are you for whatever you're doing, whether that's a self-defense situation, whether that's competition. How fit are you for whatever your goal is, right? So I put the technical aspects into this fitness, and how this is another one of the core values of the gym is how do we improve our overall fitness and overall preparedness for what our goals are, right? And going back to the family aspect, we are all helping everybody to achieve their goals. That's the only way we can really do it. If you look at these, I forgot what the post was exactly. I think it was in one of James's real estate things. It was like, if you look at the most successful guys in the world, like they're not doing this stuff alone, right? They have a community of people that they're willing to rely on and call on, and they build up the team around you. It's that same saying, like you're a product of the company you keep, right? It's the same thing here. It's like if everybody kind of uses each other to boost each other up, we all go up together, and that's really what we're looking for here. And so when it comes to fitness, when it comes to the technical aspect, that's another core value of the gym, is how can we keep improving and keep moving everyone towards their goals to make them more fit for those, right? So fitness, I guess, I think a lot of times we get too locked into the idea of fitness is how much weight can you bench, how far can you run, how strong are you? But it depends on what your goals are, right? And like I said, everything we do as a gym should fall into these three things. And if it's hindering one of these three things, it's why we're not going to do it, right? So yeah, the example that comes to my mind. And um, it's just like any events outside of here that we're gonna do. Hopefully, they're gonna fall into these same three categories too, right? It's why I liked like the walk. I thought was such a great thing to do. The spring hike that we did, I thought was so great because it hit all the boxes for me. The it was fun getting together outside the gym, getting with everybody, just doing something a little different. It was had great for the community. People were out there just talking to each other, being great for that family aspect. All the families are out there together, and then the fitness aspect, that we're doing something healthy, we're doing something that's making us better, right? It's making us all improve, and that's always the goal. It's what we talk about each week. I feel like in here is the how do we uh, do whatever we're doing to the absolute best of our ability, right? And that in my mind is a lot of what the fitness is about. If we're doing jiu-jitsu, we should be doing it to the best of our ability, trying to add techniques all the time, constantly learning, constantly trying to improve, and get better and better all the time. And the only way we can continue to improve and continue to get better is with the feedback from each other, right? And uh, I've said this several times with the kids. It's my job to be honest with you as a coach, and for you to be honest with me too, right? So to tell me if something's not falling into one of these three categories, it's our responsibility as a community to call it out and cut it out right away, right? So, um, yeah, trying to think of if I missed anything there. I feel like I flew through that. The other aspect of family guys is like the thing I didn't mention there is like, even if you're not on the mats, right? Like uh you're still a part of this community, right? If you're in this gym, you're a part of this community. That's why we have the kids table over here. Like I want families to want to be here, and whenever we're doing this all together, um, it's better, right? So even if you're not physically on the mats, even if you're not competing at these tournaments, you are still a very, very core part of the community and family, and make it what it is, right? Somebody who's just sitting over here might not train, but they're just as much a part of all this as anybody else. So they might have, I was talking about this weekend, just even if we have a kid that doesn't want to compete, they have zero desire to compete. And I've talked about this with James a lot too, because I went through a long period where it's like, I didn't want to compete. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have any desire to compete, and that's okay, right? If you're not competing because you're scared of it, well, that's a different story. Then everybody should harass you till you just get in there and do it, and overcome those fears and all that stuff. But you don't have to compete in my mind, right? You might go through these spells where you don't want to compete, and that's just fine. You're still just as much a part of it as everybody who's stepping on the mat, right? And you're just as much an asset to the team as everybody that's stepping on the mat and competing. So yeah, and like I said, everybody gets treated that way, right? Everybody gets treated as one, right? We're not splitting up. We're not breaking all this stuff. You're afraid of competing now that you're old, Paul? Yeah, you've said that like your whole life, and then you still go out there and do it. Every time Paul's like, "Oh, this is my last one," and then Paul ends up doing like another a week later, I find out that he's doing another competition, and then yeah, see, there it is. Right afterwards, says, "I probably should one more though." Exactly, right. So Paul's the king of this. Paul's a great example of this, where he's like, I think I'm retired, and then 2 weeks later he scheduled an MMA fight comeback. You know what I mean? Or it's like, I'm traveling to IBJJF or whatever. So yeah, it's been a long time. So you're about due, Paul, is what I hear, right? So um yeah, that was a lot of talking, guys. Hopefully, I feel like I flew through it all. But if you have any questions, if you made it through all that, if you have any thoughts on any of it, please drop it down in the comments. And again, uh, it's our job as the community and family to call out these things if they're not, if something doesn't fall into one of those categories, right? If something's not falling into fun family fitness, we're doing it wrong, and we need to make some changes or do something a little bit differently. So if you can, well, I've told myself, and I'm putting it out here into the world, that I will sign up for the next fight to win. That's my the next time Fight to Win comes to Kansas City, which is probably going to be another year. I've told myself I am signing up for that. So I'll see you on that same event then, Paul. But anyway, yeah, it's our job as a community to, you know, the I've said this a million times, but the gym is only as good as the people in it, right? And I can say all the things in the world, but unless everybody's um, in agreement on all of this stuff, then it all falls apart, right? So, um, yeah, I appreciate all you guys. Leave me in one more comment here if you're still with me. If you guys have any thoughts on it, and anytime you guys can always. I say this a lot, but I'm never too busy for you guys. Right? Feel free to shoot me a message. Anything comes up, uh, call me, text me, whatever you need to do. Shoot me a message on Facebook. Doesn't matter. Um, thank you, Dan. I appreciate you. And you know, the culture is everything. That's how if we want the best, even if your goal is to be the best jiu-jitsu player in the world, the culture is the most important thing, right? Like that's it has to be fostered, has to be protected, and I can only do that with all of your guys' help. So um yeah, I appreciate all of you guys so much. I think uh you guys are, like I said, what make the gym what it is. I hear it all the time from people, and it's like I'm not doing anything. It's literally we're lucky to have the people that we do, and yeah, we just have to continue to foster the culture, and that's where how the best jiu-jitsu will come. That's how we'll want to get better. How everybody will want to be here, and we'll keep getting better and better over time and improving. So, um, yeah, I appreciate you guys so much, and like I said, if you have any questions, I'm never too busy for you. It might take me a minute to get back to you, but I will definitely always get back to you. And yeah, if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'm looking forward to getting on the mats with you all tonight, man. I've came back from ADCC. I was so fired up, and just excited about the everything about the whole event was just so much fun. And so I was on the mats, I think, what, 6 times in 5 days this week, and I'm excited to roll again tonight. Um, Paul, I think I'm coming up to Lee Summit to see you tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow morning, I'm planning on coming up there if you're still in here. Um, save your spot as a drilling partner for me. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys so much. I'll shut up. I love you guys, and I hope to see you all on the mats tonight, continuing to improve, continuing to get better, and having some fun with the family and improving our fitness. So yeah, we'll see you guys tonight.